So right off the heels of all the things that were coming out for Transformers, at the Hasbro Pulsecon 2021, they had a Power Ranger panel and reveals. So they did do a Dino Fury panel, which I don't really care for Dino Fury, which is basically an adaptation of Ryle Soldier, and Ryle Soldier just didn't cut the mustard for me. It's one of the seasons that I skipped and personally don't want to go back to. There are other seasons that I skipped and went back to, but this one, Ryle Soldier just didn't do it for me. It's a good show for some, but I couldn't get into it. So with Dino Fury, I'm just like bypassing it. It's basically Lego. There's always a theme with Sentai, and basically that's Lego. So the end of that. That's all I know, and that's all I care. Now, back to what we want. So I'm a big fan of Dino Megazord. Always have been, always will be. And so far, this is a very exciting release from Hasbro. So before we get into that, let's talk about a few things that Hasbro has done since they've gotten Power Rangers brand and they released this. This is a terrible toy. I know a lot of the, expert channels who, review Power Rangers or Super Sentai have praised this as, oh, it's great. No, it's not. Actually, I put this on a lower scale than that of the 2010 version of the Dino Megazord. I mean, at least even the 2010 had stickers, which were better looking than this. The plastic quality of the 2010 is still better than this. This thing feels like rubber. It does not. It has height, but it just is not a good. It's not a good dinosaur. I really was disappointed. And being that it was his first offering, it really turned me off from them. And I just stuck to the Lightning Collection figures. It's mainly my wife collects those. And then they came out with the Zord Megazord. Now, highly articulated, nice looking Megazord, but it doesn't transform. So, again, it's not something I'm going to go after. If I like the aspect of the Megazord is the transformation and the playability. Those are two factors that the simplicity without articulation was fun for many years until they went to the differences. Usually around about 2007, they had to change things around due to child safety laws. And, during the Bandai days, some toys were good, some toys suck. It's just the luck of the draw. This one looks good, but it don't transform. Now, this is my picture I took of one of the Legacy Megazords I had. I've owned it twice. Like I said, again, it's got metal in certain parts where there was plastic. They did, paint a lot of the details, and they actually use higher quality stickers, but, it lacks certain things. You know what I mean? Like, it's very limited in articulation, which is fine by me because the original one was, but it just lacked a certain amount of things. And then, of course, there's the Grandpappy right now, the SOC, which right now is still king until we see what Hasbro does. This thing is made of metal, but it has its flaws. Flaws are in the thighs, the feet, and some people have issues with the forearms being really loose. Mine isn't, but I've got to say that the lack of accessories and not having rolling wheels on the Triceratops and the Saber-Tooth Tiger were a bummer. It's a letdown. But so far, compared to this one, I like the way this one looks. Now, this is Hasbro's offering that they've been working on for this project. They say they've been working on this for over a year now. And I gotta say that this is, a pretty good looking thing. So it's called the Zord Ascension project. So basically, they're going to say that all of the Megazords have to be 11.5 inches tall or 1/44 in scale. I don't know if they meant 1/44 in scale, 1/44 in scale, but if Gundams are not going to be as big as the Megazords. Megazords are on levels like Godzilla size. These things are huge. Skyscraper size, or close to skyscraper size, not small robot size. So 1/44 scale from what they're scaling from would be about probably 12 inches, 11.5. So far, the details on this are very nice, but we're going to see some more pictures that are going to show better detail. Right now, the way that this looks, I don't know if it's die cast or not, but it's very well painted. It could be die cast, but one thing I'm noticing, There's no waffling here. It's pretty solid plastic. And that's way better than what we got with their first version of DINO Zord. The tail of the Tyrannosaurus Rex alone was just horrendous with all the waffling and everything like that. I mean, come on, Hasbro. They were really being stingy with that. But Hasbro does that. They did release Power to Prime's Rodimus Prime, and then we turned around and got Kingdom Rodimus Prime, and it's ways better. But so far with this, I'm in. I'm hoping that they do this right, because I would love to see more Megazords, where there's thought process and care into making them. And if you want to add articulation, that's fine. They'll overdo it to give us an ugly toy. Now, the one thing I will notice with this, now on the back, you can take the faceplate off, looks like, and you can see the pilots inside of Megazord, and that's pretty cool. Also, from what I understand, they do come with little tiny figures that can fit inside. So they also have cockpits in here too. So that's a plus. I know there are more pictures floating around, but I just couldn't find any at the moment. Wishing Hasbro release some more maybe down the line. The biggest thing is hands. So these hands again look very solid. So yeah, that lets me know this is going to be more of a premium side. And I'm hearing the price point is a little under $200. Fair if you're going to give us something good. If you're going to give us something that's detailed, and they don't have to necessarily be die cast. They give us something that's going to be sturdy, and that's going to have some nice accessories to it. Hasbro, you have a winner. Because right now, if you try to get the SOC, you're going to spend about $500 to $600. And the chest has a raised pterodactyl. If you notice the pattern, it's like a raised pattern on there. There's some details molded in. Only thing I could say is that the legs are a bit long. But like I said, we won't know until we get this in hand or we get to see more pictures. The sword is very detailed. Again, that was what was with the SOC, but it looks like it's more in scale than the SOC is. Now we're going to talk about this NFT. Save your money. Don't Hasbro, you should not be doing this with an NFT. Quit doing these things, Hasbro. You guys are like scrupulous when it comes to money, man. Golly. Don't you think to know your market, a black and gold Megazord will sell? You don't have to do all this extra stuff. Now, the cool thing is the cannons can mount on the feet. Looks like they can rotate to become the shoulder cannons. The pattern on the chest, like you can very see it clearly here, is a lot. It's a raised pattern, so that's a good thing. The details of them in the tank mode are amazing, but I don't see that there are any wheels there. So that's something. I do see some waffling on the legs of the saber-tooth tigers. I don't know. I don't want to see waffling. We're spending $200 or more. But yeah, the Tyrannosaurus Rex looks pretty good. I mean, very good. He's got the cannons in his mouth, although you can see the head of the Megazord there. But I mean, still, that's a lot better than what we got from Bandai, which was just stickers. And then, of course, in the Legacy version, better stickers. Will they give the Mammoth Zord or I forget, Mastodon some articulation in the legs? I hope so. That's I'm two static versions so far at Bandai. That's a letdown. But overall, this is going to be a promising release. Hasbro, you're doing it again. When this drops, we're going to see some reviews. I'm definitely going to buy this. Definitely, because that's going to be a long review comparing it to the SOC. Now, this one I will compare to the SOC, and we'll see which one is better, as in the words of Easy Computer Fusion reigns supreme. But until then, I ain't got it. And until then, SOC still tops. Debate me on it. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I only want to hear from people that actually own the toy. I don't want to hear from people that watch reviews. Tell me one reviewer said it degrades. Somebody said that in a Reddit post, and I went in their guts on that because I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. But other than that, leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Like I said, any more news, I'll report on it as soon as I can. Super Robot Ed. Thank you for watching, subscribing, and sharing. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.